So a few days ago, I came across a bag of popcorn kids had eaten, but then decided they didn't want to finish. And you know how it is after even a night open, it's not very good. So instead of tossing it, I decided that we would do something with this. So grabbing the bag of popcorn, some thread, it didn't really matter the thread, this has to be some old thread I had laying around, and a needle, we're going to make some things to decorate for the birds, mainly popcorn strings. Now, looking at our needles, I do want to show you this one. I have a couple of quilting needles in here, and those are fairly small, not really what you want for a kid, a little harder to hold, a little harder to pursue, and a lot easier to lose. So, don't necessarily go for the short needles, go through the larger ones. Unless you happen to have extremely petite popcorn. This is a lot easier for little fingers to hold. Alright, so what I did initially was I poured it all into a bowl, and I put it on a table. Now, this is kind of a mixture of a few things. I also had some in the chip cabinet with some popcorn. So I added it all together. Let's dump it in there. I had it sitting on the table, and when they came home in the afternoon, not only was this on the table, I had already started. I had started 2 needles, actually a couple, so one for each kid. I had started some needles with thread in it, and I had initially put just a couple of popcorn things on the end of it and set on the table. So when they came in, it looked something like this, although obviously not as much popcorn on each string. And it basically gave them the idea of, oh, this is what needs to happen. So that means necessarily telling them what I wanted them to do. It was there, they could do it. And so then I'm going to show them that. As you can see, I have this stuck in one of the kernels now because I don't want to lose the needle, have it fall off. So when I got done, I'd always stick it in one of the popcorn kernels right there. And it helped hold it. And like this one over here is the same way. It kind of helps hold it in place. I also found that when going through the kernels, it's easier to go through the thick part, like this one right here where my fingers go through there rather than on the end. The end breaks off really easy, and it's not as, so adults, you can do it. As they get going, the kids can do it too. It's easier to go through the thicker part. Now you can go and use up all the little pieces that are at the end. You can do it by the time you get there, maybe you have more practice, or maybe you'll just take those and throw them out for the birds. And so that is what we end up doing with our style popcorn. So you just take your string and there's a slight wind today and everything's been blowing off. So hopefully it'll all stay on there for us. I'm going to do this one-handed. So you would take your needle, put some popcorn kernel in there. I obviously have 2 hands. I can't do this 2-handed right now. Push it down. And then you push it down. And then push it all over the string, and then keep going all the way down, 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 till it gets down there and adds up in the popcorn. Now you can go through and do a couple at a time if you are easy, not pushing too on the string so it doesn't break the kernels. And you could do this one. You could just one-handed, but it's a little harder doing it one-handed. Just like it's harder to do it by taking a video. Anyway, so that's what we did. Easy thing to make for the birds. Didn't have to throw out and waste some of the style popcorn, and it was, we had whatever the string laying around, some thread laying around. And then we'll take it outside and we'll put on some of the bushes and the trees for the birds to eat.